everybody, it's OldSkuleNerd. Welcome in. I'm live on Twitch, and this one came as a request from the band, and I said, you know what? If you're willing to wait on Sunday mornings in the US, Sunday afternoons European, on Twitch Live, I do band requests, like bands that are well known or they're no longer up and coming, like Esoterica is, because now they have over 10,000 YouTube subscribers. You have a video, I will record it live on Twitch. You come watch me bash the crap out of your music or love it, and you can see it before anyone else sees it. And if I embarrass you, you can go, please don't put that on YouTube. But most of the time, I'm a nice guy. I'm not that kind of person. Speaking of being not that kind of people that are assholes, Esoterica is here. Okay, then one is called I Am Just One. Funny, me too. I know people think I have an evil twin. That is not true. It's just me. I have bipolar problems. I do not have an evil twin. Okay, I Am Just One, the official lyric video from Esoterica. And I'm watching them in chat. We're live on Twitch right now, and they're going, praying that you enjoy this. Hey, you showed up. That takes balls. We're talking about balls today. Okay, here we go. Esoterica, I Am Just One. Some real good bass work. I totally get the Dread vibe to this. It kind of reminds me of the movie Dread with Carl Urban, the remake of Judge Dredd, where the slum and the futuristic slum. That's the video. The sound itself, some bands will put your bass in the back, supported in the low end, just the downbeats, the melodic low end harmonical. They use guitars, piano, keys, other melodic instruments to convey the melody in a verse or a chorus. This is in reverse. Guitar is very chopped. It's low end. It's on the back side, kind of in supporting. The bass player is taking the lead. I really like this. I don't think bands do enough of this. Sometimes I wonder if bands don't do enough of it because it's harder to pull off unless you have a really smart songwriter. And this is pretty smart. I'm in. All right, let's back it up a little bit and enjoy. It's kind of like a half RoboCop, half Judge Dredd to me. Here's the thing. From a musical scoring standpoint, I really expected the roles to reverse between bass and guitar, and the guitar would take the lead in the dynamic portion of the chorus, and then the bass would fall back into the rhythm roll. And it didn't do that. In fact, the guitar just came up in amplitude in the mix, continued that singular note sustained over the top, but didn't carry the melody. The melody stayed in that bass tonal range, and the bass player kept that movement going in the background. So when they settled back out, the guitars then come back. The bass player comes back forward and continues that that continual movement. This is very different. You don't see a lot of bands that put so much focus in the priority of the melody, in the composition, and the arrangement to say, okay, this is a bass-led song. There's a few bands that'll do it here and there. Ginger will do it sometimes, but Ginger won't hold it through a whole song because they're so dynamic. They go in and out of funk to metal to funk. This is very rhythmic, very dynamic, but so far it's bass-centric, but bass-centric as a melodic instrument. Very unique thing. And so far we went intro, the first verse, and then the chorus stayed bass-centric. Now we're coming into the second verse, still bass-centric. Now, I don't know if this was done on purpose, and if it was, very unique vibe. And it lends to, it's not ethereal storytelling because that's too high in the uprights, you know, like that symphonic metal stuff. This is more alt progressive rock vibe. Porcupine Tree, Rush, Coheed and Cambria. You name those bands that will use the bass as another instrument of melodic power. And they're doing that here. And I really enjoy it. Is this a new song from Electric Callboy or Bloodywood where it's super high energy? It is not. It is dark and brooding. It reflects the video where there's strife and chaos and desolation, depression that's pulling you down. And I think that's one of the keys, using bass as a melodic push in the melodic, because the bass will bring that energy down, the self-reflective melancholy feel. Let's see where it goes. I'm really enjoying this because it's smart. And when you can challenge my brain as well as my heart in a musical song, I'm usually very so in. Is this the kind of music that I'm going to play during my stream when I'm playing video games? Probably not. But is this going to be the song that I'm chilling, glass of coffee, you know, some kind of mixed drink on my back patio, thinking about a long day, just trying to bring my energy down and center myself? Yes. This is a centering your soul song. I'm in. That's slick. That vocal is slick. Is this a shift? I was worried about this because it's 4 minutes and 41 seconds, and I was thinking at the beginning of the song, it sounded like a Muse classic, or, you know, those bands that tell those epically long storytells, and I was thinking, this is going to be something that kind of drowns out and takes way too long to tell you a simple story. And I was kind of worried about it. I was like, I hope they don't mind me actually mentioning that. However, we've gone through this whole thing of melodic storytelling from the low end, bass front perspective, using it as a melodic instrument on the low end. And then, how many times do you really get to use a falsetto vocal, a high-end falsetto vocal that doesn't pierce and seem symphonic, something that's really only done with operatically trained female metal vocalists where they're doing this piercing note like a guitar solo for vocalists, but to use a falsetto vocal because the tonal range of the entire video is so low that when you do a falsetto high vocal, it adds texture and a balance. Very rare you get to see that. But now we're looking at post-apocalyptic looking waste situation, and there's something brewing in the guitar. The guitar has sat off in the back end for a little bit. It supported the bass when normally your bass supports your guitar. Those roles were reversed, and now we hear the guitar begin to build. and it's got a little bit of feedback to it. It's got a little bit of texture to it. So its identity has changed. Where the song goes from here, I have no idea, because it is a 4.5-minute song. They've spent 75% of it telling us one story, but you feel like, just like a good movie or a good book, we are now reaching that bridge, crescendo, that plot twist. Will that be the case? I have no idea. But so far, I think I've hit this right on the head. Be prepared for the transition. I feel like something is changing in the tonal. Good effects. You hear that? Those beautiful keyed notes. You recognize it? It's the same tonal that was done by the falsetto vocal earlier in the song. Those tonals are the same. One is created by a falsetto beautiful vocal. This one is done by keys and synths, but yet they echo each other. That's crazy. That's good stuff. Very, very unique. Okay. There's one thing I just noticed here. Okay. If you notice this little spot here, now we're kind of dealing with a little bit of a Terminator Skynet situation. So far, I've noticed that Judge Dredd the slum block at the beginning of the video had me thinking immediately Dredd, the movie with Carl Urban, the remake of Judge Dredd, and then vicious movie, by the way. And so all these different tones of post-apocalyptic, but this here is machine versus the humans versus back and forth, and you see this unique style in this shot. These are the unkept post-apocalyptic masses. Buildings, building, and then a unique elongated building here. And then we go forward a little bit, and then we see the clean robot exo type authority figure, right? Very Skynet feel. But look at this right here. What is that? This is Times Square from above. Here's the upright visual board sign building that has all those merchandise marketing signs in Times Square. There's Broadway going to the left and up. That goes Broadway. And so this is Times Square, but you see how the cars, everything is kind of near future or current, right? And then when you look back at the people again, it's the same shot, but look, everything is gone because the bomb's gone off. And now you have the people standing here in the ruins of it, right? Here's the best part, okay? Then we go back to our protagonist character that's been showing up. He kind of looks like Ronnie Radke, but, right? With the, yeah, right? What do you notice about that one character? Watch. What is different about this guy compared to all the people behind him? He's plugged in. Look, these are the survivors of the post-apocalypse. You have the machines, the exos, right? The futuristic, the authority figures. Look at him. Look at the back of his head. Look at he's half and half. He's one. He's the bridge between the two. Is he our super protagonist, our superhero? It's a music video. Probably not, but if you're following the story that's being told through the visual, you're like, wow, okay. So it's like the Matrix, but it's the Terminator, but it's Dread, but it's all these amazing tropes that you love in the theory. So the video is captivating to me. Love the video idea. For all the different videos that come across where it's AI and AI is chaotic and it's all over the place, this one tells a succinct kind of theme, which I love. But more importantly, I like the way the song is delivered. It's very unique. Here's the interesting thing. I'm sitting here, I'm recording it live on Twitch. The song just came out. I have not seen the video. I have not heard the song. Esoterica just gave it to me and they're here. And I'm sitting here talking about all this stuff I see in here, off the cuff, no script, no knowledge, no nothing. And they're going, holy crap. That's right. That's exactly what we're doing. And I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, I know. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. So I got another one. Maybe it's 8 o'clock this morning. So come back 8 o'clock tonight. I might be right again. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.